Hey gang, future Steven here. I forgot to, well, I kind of want to start recording an intro or like having an intro saying, so not sure exactly what to do, but for now, my name is Steven and welcome to, and you're watching Get Set and Send It. I don't know. Or welcome to Get Set and Send It. Are you ready to get set and send it? Hey gang. Something like that, you know? But anyway, today, well, continuing video, today is Wednesday. I'm by myself. I'm gonna work on this 80 here, and I got it all tore down in the last what's it called? Time lapse. I tore it down. So next, I guess, clips or time lapse is gonna be me putting this thing together, or cleaning it up. Probably cleaning it up. I really need to clean it up, brake clean the crap out of it. So get everything out of all the bearings, all the old stuff, all the metal chunks, whatnot. So guess we'll run with a time lapse for that, or I might just do that off camera. I think I'm gonna do that off camera. So, thanks. Okay, so I'm going to tear down the 80. I'm gonna start tearing down this thing and, you know, get it ready for new parts. First of all, whenever you get everything tore apart, it is very important that you keep it as clean as possible, because you got a lot of tight clearances, you know, moving metal on metal that you need to get everything out of. So something that I found that just works, it really doesn't get you the cleanest, but it's better than none at all. Just taking brake clean and then just absolutely flushing everything out. Bearings, everything, every orifice, every nook and cranny, everything. Because once it dries, you know, you'll lube everything back up, but just clean everything out real good. You can use a rag, but just watch, because you can get lint particles stuck in stuff that you really can't see too well. But just clean everything as clean as possible. The outsides of the cases, the insides, everything clean, clean, clean. I should have done this after I got the gasket material off, but so for gaskets, for stuck-on gaskets, it's like that. You can take a if you're good with the razor blade, you can use a razor blade. You can just continue to spray it with brake cleaner, use a rag to rub it off. That might take a while, so what I normally do is, since I have this handy dandy Dremel that came with these very, very fine wire wheels that do a pretty good job at taking gasket stuff off without deforming the actual mating surfaces. So, which I've done that before on this, and there was no leaks at all. So I'm gonna do it again. There's really not that much to take off this time, so. And then of course, once you're done, you should get all the gasket material off before you clean it. Also, it is very important, anytime you do anything that involves flying anything, you should wear eye protection. Not because you should, it's just, it is a lifesaver. I don't want any of y'all's going blind on me, so you can't watch our videos. Yeah. No! Because your eyes are important. Can't see without them. That's it for this one. This one's all good. This is the case over here. So I shouldn't have much of anything on it. It's all covered in oil. Let me clean this off real quick. While you're doing all of this, before reassembly, to make life a whole lot easier, put your crank bearings and your crankshaft in the freezer for as long as possible. So like, I came out this morning and put them in the freezer before I went to work. That way they've been sitting in there all day long. And I do that because metal shrinks when it gets really cold. Bearings are press fit, which you can get them in the way I get them in with a hammer, but definitely want to put them in the freezer. It helps a lot. Out of the most important part of this whole engine to get clean, because of it being a two-stroke, is this area here where your crank is. Well, for one, that runs your engine, and it won't explode on you if you clean it right. But transmission, it's not as a big deal, but it is, because there's not really anything that will, it can still be very detrimental to your engine. It can still destroy it, but it's not as dangerous, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to explain this how, like, it doesn't matter because it's not your life of the engine. What you didn't see was I just put it in and beat it in with a hammer like this, just beat it. I've done that to many different machines. I've never had an issue with crank bearings, so I'm gonna say it's a good method. But you want to focus your hammer blows on the outside here. You don't want to strike this because you'll screw everything up ball bearing wise. So you just want to get on this outer edge till it is flush or a little receded inward. Another thing you can do, which I didn't do, is you could heat up the case before you drop the bearing in. So that way it expands this metal and shrinks this metal, so it should drop in a lot easier. I might try it with this one, just to see if it works any better. But I think we're good on this side case. Maybe kind of sticks up a little. Well, it's kind of iffy. But another thing you could do is you can take like a socket or something and sit on the edge. Just go do the other thing. Do the same thing to the other side. But this time I'm going to try the torch. Take it off, set it down. It's also important, if you're kind of distant from your freezer, set yourself up. That way you have the longest amount of time that it's, or the least amount of time from freezer to here. That way it stays cold longer. You just heat it around where the bearing sits, so without starting a fire with the the rag underneath. Not melting hot, not red hot, pretty hot. It's actually like getting the moisture out of it. It's kind of cool. The saturation. I'm gonna wipe that out. That's got all that water in there. Getting the water out of the pores. That ought to be enough. One more quick wipe to get all that moisture out of there, and then we'll drop my bearing in and beat it in. Get it in straight. It still doesn't want to go all the way down, so I'm just gonna. Bearing spins pretty good. And you always want to check your bearing too when it's in there. Make sure it spins. I think we are good here. Just check for debris again. And of course, try not to hit your crankcase. Especially around here, because this seals off all your fuel from your engine oil. Can't emphasize it enough. Be clean. It means taking showers, you know. Every night, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash. You know, keep yourself clean, man. People want you to smell good. You want to smell good, right? Smell good. You know? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, then I'm gonna run inside and grab the crank, drop the crank in. The crank probably won't go all the way in, because that's just how it is. We'll have to pull the cases together, which is fairly simple. But anyway, let's do that. I got the crank. And make sure when you put this thing in, you put it in the right way. The keyway is going for 80 specifically. The keyway is going to be for the stator side, which if you're sitting on the bike would be the left side of the bike. So this is the right side. So we're going to put the side that doesn't have the keyway away from us, just like this. Ow, that's really cold. Oh, that's cold. And what you could do, if you want to get it down, is put the nut on there flush, and then just smack it. Make sure your rod is in the middle. And that's enough to be good for now. And then we can get the other side on. Okay, so now I'm gonna get gaskets. Actually, we'll do gaskets after transmission. Let's do transmission first. So, the easiest way to put these transmissions in is make sure your shift drum is in first. I never usually take the shift drum out unless I need to, unless I see something wrong with it. It's easier when it's in. I had these covered, so they should be pretty clean from contaminants. So, this would be your counter shaft, and this is your main shaft. Your main shaft gets directly driven from your clutch basket. So there'll be a gear on here that meshes to your clutch basket to spin with it. And then this one will turn this one, which is your counter shaft. I don't know if they'd call that an output shaft. Yeah, this would be your input shaft and your output shaft. So this would be where your sprocket goes to drive your chain. And this is what you call a constant mesh transmission because it is constantly meshed inside of the engine. The easiest way to do this is put them all together. Make sure you have washers on either end, or it'll be finicky and not shift right and all that kind of good stuff. So it goes in just like this. That'd be a little weird, but you can figure it out. Actually, before I do that, very important part, lube. Get yourself some assembly lube. If you don't have assembly lube, use some engine oil to put in there. That's if you're rebuilding it in the same day, because sometimes if you put engine oil in here, it'll eventually run out and it'll be dry upon startup. So assembly lube stays in there quite a while. And then of course you want to lube your gears. Just run a long bead to get into the actual bearings of this too. That's kind of cool. Oh, I got it on the camera. Oh man. Okay, so you got one for your main shaft. Also make sure this stuff's clean. I got a little debris on there. Just wipe it off real quick. And then this one you want to go in just like this. The letters facing away from you if you're putting the transmission in. That is something with the rest of these shift forks too, is the letters facing away from you. And this one in particular, this notch is going to go into the middle groove of the shift drum. which it's a lot easier to put this into the transmission part that slides first. That way you can just drop your pin in. And that's in right where it needs to be, so we're good there. So this one here, letters facing away. This one has an R for right, so it's going to be the right side. Put this into, this one's going to go into the very last slot of the shift drum, the one farthest away from you towards the case. It doesn't necessarily have to be in neutral when you put it together. It's just a good place to keep it so you know it's neutral. This one's got an L for left, so it's going to be this R side of the case, the left side of the engine, but letter is still going to face away, and this one's going to go into the farthest this way groove of the shift drum and spline into shifter itself. So that one will stay, or not. We'll lube up this shaft. Okay, and that one goes all the way in. That's pretty much your transmission done. It's as simple as that. There's really not much to them at all. But as long as if you look in your manual and have everything in order, on the shafts and in the same orientation, they usually are pretty detailed about that, on which orientation you should have your gears, like which side's what. That's pretty important, so yeah, that's pretty much it for transmission. So I'm going to lube all of this. This stuff will burn off too, so it doesn't matter too much in your main bearings, but definitely lube those up. I'm sure you probably could use just 2-stroke oil mix to throw in there, but this is a little bit thicker, so it'll help in the initial startup. So the trick you can do with gaskets, something that is quite nice, doesn't hurt anything in any way, but it actually kind of helps. So what I normally do is I'll take a little bit of grease and coat the gasket with grease. Some of it will soak into the gasket, but it is really nice because it helps. It helps seal, for one. Two, if you need to take anything apart, it won't stick to either side of the mating surface. It'll be easier to take apart. So I usually just throw a little bit of grease. I use high temp wheel bearing grease, funny enough. But yeah, I would recommend throwing some grease on, especially for like clutch gaskets. If you're in for maintenance a lot, would recommend doing that. So pretty much just gonna go in the shape of the gasket, just like that. But you gotta come in with this Altoid grease can, you know what I'm saying? Get your fingers coated, you know, just like this. Just rub it down. You're not gonna get this much on it. Just as long as there's a thin layer all over, like just thin layer, like just like that. Can you continue on? You know what I'm saying? And it also helps with alignment too. When you have your gaskets set, you just kind of push and it'll stick to the case. Let me put the seal in, your crank seal. And that's pretty simple too. You don't need to cool it down or anything. You just kind of put it in and beat it in. So this side's going to take this small one. The orientation of this is going to be this side against the crank. So spring against the crank. That way it'll let fluid up against it, but it won't let it out. A saying I also learned was, when in doubt, letters out. So if there's any sort of labeling, like there's letters and stuff on this, that goes out. If you have a socket that's the same size as that, then you can set that in and beat it in. That way you can get it even and you won't damage. Yep, just like that. It looks good. I'll get that in once I get the engine off the stand, but for now, yep, that's all good. We're ready to go in. And you can give it some persuasion taps, just don't hit any surface. Okay, so if you can get your bolts in and started, go ahead and do so. You don't ever want to start a bolt with an impact, because you have a very high chance to strip it out. And then that has a whole nother world of issues that I recommend preventing, because it's a pain in the butt. Like a massive pain in the butt. Uh-oh! And that's not a good sound. So something popped. I guess that pop could have been it sliding on the crank. It would make sense. Aluminium. Okay. I think we're good. Wherever it might be. You know what I'm saying? That's Kermit. You like Kermit? You know Kermit? Pearl Jam? You know Pearl Jam?
Okay, that's called Pearl Jam. Like, ever see Pearl Jam?
Okay, that's in there. That's good. That's pretty much that. It's pretty much a bottom end of a CR80. There's nothing to them. Nothing at all. Crank, transmission. You should be checking that by hand. I'm not gonna. Yep. This side, it's weird, but because this side has lettering, this one doesn't. But this side goes down. So I'm gonna get this back up here and put the shift shaft in before I get too far carried away, and make sure it actually shifts. Also, this little keeper here, this is, or it's not a keeper, but it's like a roller. This is for your shift shaft. It goes right here. This thing falls off all the time. So you can put a little bit of assembly lube, or even maybe some grease, a little bit to hold it in. It's a pain in the butt. It keeps running away all the time. Never wants to be there. So you got a washer first, and then your shaft. Your spring goes on either edge of that shaft, and then sometimes you got to push this out of the way. So that's how it sits in the engine. And of course, lock your engine stand. But shift. Well, I guess I got to split it again because something's not very happy, which it's all right. Stuff like this happens. Sometimes you need to. Anywho, battery died. Continuing. So the issue was this gear here was flipped. So instead of, or this one here, this slider gear. So instead of actually engaging with its opposing wheel, this one, it was just kind of like freewheeling over here because it was facing the wrong direction. So I fit that in. It works just fine. Huh. Isn't it kind of weird how stuff can just disappear like that? Like it teleported. You know, that can be a tomorrow's issue.
Alright, what's up, guys?
Hey, where are you?
I think, is this the first or second time we have all of us here together?
For 80 specifically, second.
But 80 specifically first.
Yeah.
Because we blew it up in the first one. We tore it down.
Yeah, but we all
three
weren't
together.
here.
That is true. So yeah, this would be the first for
the other
80.
video we're working on currently. We will be all three together, but for the 80,
Yeah.
yes, this
That
will be
one's
the
still
first
going to be
time.
delayed some too.
Yeah.
Because parts and weather being bad and delaying parts, which parts won't be here till Tuesday now.
Nice!
So yeah, and that one's kind of giving us trouble. It's being a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it got banished to the outside.
All the
Yeah, it's
sort,
sitting out the door.
literally, bad fuel was the source of all the problems we've had so far.
Oh well.
Crummy fuel. All right. Well, I guess we'll get started. So Steve wanted to go
Yeah,
through a couple things.
So what I've done is I've put the cases together. That's about it. We put a new crank and crank bearings in it. You'll see that. That's all on video. Now, is it bright? Yes. Ow! Yes, it was bright. Now we can put. We'll do stator side first. Get all the stator stuff put on.
Alternator?
No. Stator.
I'm making a joke.
I know. Check the first video comments.
Do four-wheelers have stators?
No, he's like,
It needs a new
Alternator?
alternator. So yeah, we'll do this.
We gotta hang this thing up as a first thing that's blown up here.
Yes. First thing that we blew up.
We?
First thing that
You,
you blew
but
up.
what I'm saying. She didn't even blow up the derby cars.
I know.
Easton? Oh. Cut to the time lapse!
can't deny.
Till the day I die.
All right, guys. So right now we're
Dude. Oh, where'd it go?
By the trash can.
Are you sure it's not in the trash can? Because there's one in the. I can see the hole from here. You can see the hole in between the R and I of electrical.
No, who would have done that? The dart's in the trash.
Dude, I see. You can see the dart whiz past the camera like really close.
Oh, there's a hole here.
Yeah, this dude's been throwing them. No, he sticks in my plastic.
He almost hit me. But yeah, let's
Almost
not ignore the
hits
fact that he
Easton.
almost hit me in the head. Beep, beep. Anyways.
Okay, anyways, I'm gonna teach you guys how to
No.
adjust your end gaps for your rings. Well, not really adjust, but check, because it's pretty important.
We're at the point.
Someone want to record for me?
We're at the point of sleep deprivation. I'm on my way.
Where'd it go?
I'm on my way. We're on the point.
Jake, stop! It's in your back.
All right, guys. So we're at the point of sleep deprived, and we're getting really.
It's only 11.
stupid. I know.
Okay, so you.
What? Hello?
So you want to check your end gaps. It's a very important piece of information.
Keep going, Steve.
So the best way to do it is to set it in the top of your cylinder. You're going to set it in just how it's going to be placed on your piston. Just get it started and take your piston and then just kind of push it down to where it's level. Doesn't have to be very far, just where it's level. And then you take your feeler gauges. Right there.
So,
I got 'em.
real quick, guys, we've been losing a lot of stuff just randomly.
Oh yeah, like bolts, washers. Yeah. Brain cells? Well, they weren't even there to begin with. So.
Yeah, but we've pretty much been like losing a bunch of like it literally just disappears. Like we'll have it there for a minute, next minute it'll be gone. Bro.
Getting close.
Okay.
But anyway,
Anyways.
yeah, a lot of times some companies will supply their own
Watch me stick it in the side
measurements.
of the wall.
So this is the clearance you want to get between the gap of your ring. This is for 50 cc to 250 cc's. If they don't come with a paper like this, check your manual. But anyway, so we're looking for 0.05 to 0.06 millimeters, or what is that? 2,000s, 20,000s, 25,000s. So I guess that'd be 2,000s, and then 2.5 thousands. Yeah, so I gotta find it on here. That's 15. That's 2. We'll measure 2. Pretty much just in the gap. Check whatever fits. And I think pretty much you want to be able to get you want to get the feeler gauge that's the spec in there, and you can't get the next size bigger in. So that one you really can't get in there. Okay, so we're good there. And if it's too tight, you can file the ends down. That way, you know.
This compressor smells like stale air.
Probably because it's screwed. Anyway. To install your ring, you want to look for markings. This one has top, that one faces to the top. And there's this little pin in here. If you look at your ring, there's a little special groove in here. That's where that sits. On 2 strokes, the rings do not move. If they do, they will destroy themselves because it'll get caught in one of the ports and absolutely wreck your engine.
So on a 4-stroke, are they like free to move?
Yes, but you still have to gap them in a certain way to where oil can't get passed through. So 2 strokes, they have that little keeper there, a little pin, and then you can put it in. Here's the exhaust on the top of the piston. Usually tells you a direction. Most of the time it's exhaust, so this side would point to the exhaust. So
Good to know.
yep. So now we'll just throw everything in and lubricate everything with 2-stroke oil, not pre-mix. I mean, it's the oil you mix in the fuel, but you don't want to use fuel because this is thicker. So, ooh, oh, oops. Oh yeah. So I'll put your needles in first. Get everything moving. Get everything lubed up. Just brace them down on your in here. Everything lubed up. You don't want to run this thing first off dry. You will wreck it.
Well, wait, do that again, Steve. Well, like a moth to the flame. Where did that go?
All over that.
Y'all got any roller dogs?
Yo, got roller dogs!
Hey, how are you?
Do the thing.
What?
You know. So that's.
No.
Don't use your teeth. So I've been told.
What did you say?
Nothing. Piece of junk.
We realized that you guys had a really long time lapse there. There was a lot of time we had to go find stuff to basically use for this.
And it takes hot time. There's a lot of that.
Smells good.
Yeah, we had to
Smells like a
go.
swimming
We had to
pool.
go find like parts. Made a
Anyway.
couple modifications, and made it work. So now we're almost done
Yeah, we're really close to being done
getting
building
everything
this thing.
back together.
Everything's top end now.
And then
Dun, 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 dun.
and then
Hopefully tonight. Yes.
once we do that, this part should be the easy part. Can put everything back on. Although we need those seals, right?
We should be able to run it tonight without the O-rings.
But it's just not really good to run for a long time.
Well, because you'll have an exhaust leak.
You don't have to worry about exhaust leaks.
Clearly, he's not the mechanic. That's why he's in school. Stay in school. I think. I never left. I could have.
Man, these Ellie's are pretty good.
What is he on about?
Emmys or something?
Like the awards you get for singing? Is that what the Emmys are? Or are those the Grammys?
Whoa!
I don't know. Or the Oscars. I don't know. They're all like the same to me.
Dude, you're getting close.
Bro, get some sleep or something.
Pull the cot out.
Go to bed. Bro. You're getting every single one of them.
Also, pro tip, put one of these clips in first. That way your pin doesn't roll out. Or do you
Roll out.
Autobots roll out?
Chink to church,
Church.
Only real ones know.
Back it up, back it in.
Let me begin.
I'm going to turn into a truck now. Birch church a church, a ding ding church. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I can go in.
Also, your clip, you don't want the split of the clip. You can kind of see it here. You don't want that in here because it can easily be caught and fling out of there. So, okay, so now we can put this to the exhaust side. Put our pin in. Make sure your needle bearing's in there, or you're gonna have a huge amount of play. These are very tight clearances, so sometimes you gotta finagle it a little bit. Just get that in there. Just like that. Push your pin in as far as it'll go. Get your other clip. Set a half of it in. good pair of good pair of needle nose pliers makes this so much easier. What are you giggling about? Okay, we got it on there. So now,
It just hates life right
A person who thinks all the time has nothing left to think about except for thoughts. Welcome back to Tweaker Geographic. We're on today's episode. We have a tweaker trying to reverse use a Dremel. He knows not what to do with it. So we were watching evolution in real time. We were watching the evolution of the human brain in real time. Steve, you know what we're gonna do in post for editing for this part?
What, grinder
The
sounds?
Dremels. You know what we're gonna do to it? What kind of effect we're gonna put?
Okay, now we can get our bass nuts on here.
What?
POV on Houston.
You got them there.
Oh wait, where's? Did you actually pick up the darts? Nope, you did not.
No, you guys are standing in the way.
POV. I'm Trent.
But he actually made it.
Yeah, he normally doesn't make it. Yo, Steve, what's going on with the display on the camera, bro?
What?
It's like.
Why is it all messed
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna do.
camera?
I don't think it's actually gonna do anything. I think it's just the mic software, like,
Could be.
being weird. Whatever.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Plug it up, plug it in.
Is that it?
Yeah, I just kind of stopped.
I think
These
we're
probably
good,
get
and then
torqued to
next,
something, but-
next thing we'll cut to is time lapse of us putting it back in.
Ah, it's in my eyes. Ow! What's in my eyes?
Yeah, I guess to the time lapse, Steve. Send him to the time lapse, Steve.
Okay. Rebuild's done. Bike is all back together. Well, mostly, other than plastics. Everything's there to run. Wiring, fuel. We got chain put on there. We got covers. We got levers. We got cables. We got pedals. Everything's put on. No, everything is not put on. We need the shifter put on.
You don't have to worry about putting it.
But other than that, yeah, this thing's ready to start. RTR, ready to race. So we're gonna set this thing up and moment of truth. This is it.
It all comes down to this.
This is it. Fuel is on. Choked. Oh, that wire's on. How are we feeling about this season?
I don't know. I'm hoping that I did a decent job with the task I was assigned.
You did.
Good. Then I feel fine. If Steven's fine with my fine, then we're good.
Okay. This is for all the money. Gotta get it primed up. We had it. We're getting it.
Sounds like it.
gets tiring after a bit.
Here,
You want me to
almost
switch?
straight out.
No.
Trust.
Get back, get back.
If anyone gets to do it, I'm next in line.
Oh yeah. We got action.
Bingo, we got action.
This means everything's good.
So guys, after we've been running,
Don't tell them that. Shut up. Quit.
cut the camera.
God, it's burning. Ah, the shed's on fire. Save yourself. Save yourself.
Anyways,
Oh, I'm gonna.
so what we figured out is, well, you see, after running it for a solid 5 minutes there, we forgot the oil.
No, we didn't. It's right here. Starting to burn a little bit. Anyone else getting really tired? Where's it? Shut up.